Zooming in, you can see a skinny gray creature stalking through the woods that certainly fits the description of a Wendigo. Also, the way it walks just sends chills down the spine.
I guess we're not going to be able to sleep tonight. That was absolutely terrifying. And in case you guys weren't aware, the United States is flooded with urban legends and stories about mythological creatures. But you know what? What if I told you that there are some of these terrifying monsters that could actually be real? Think about it for a second. There are so many people who have reported seeing these creatures, so how can they all be crazy or making things up? Well, maybe, but are you willing to bet your life on it? According to some studies, less than 15% of the 8.7 million species on Earth have been discovered. So maybe these creatures aren't just from storybooks, maybe they could be real. How's it going, YouTube? I'm your host for this one, Landon Do Not Sing, and welcome back to another Most Amazing Top 10 video. If you haven't already done so, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and join the Most Amazing family here on YouTube, and also hit the notification bell so you guys will be notified as soon as we make a video. I think right now we're going 3 videos a day. Okay, so let's get right into this one. Let's dive right into it. This is the top 10 scary American creatures that might be real. Let's start this list off in at number 10 with a fan favorite. Yeah, that's right, I'm talking about Bigfoot. This extremely hairy humanoid creature has been spotted by a ton of people in all forests around the continental US, from Pennsylvania to the Pacific Northwest. It seems like Bigfoot is everywhere. Although there isn't real concrete evidence that Bigfoot actually exists, there are countless sightings and testimonies from people who swear that they've seen him. The legend of Bigfoot dates back at least 3,000 years, and even Native Americans have their own reported sightings of this hairy beast. Apparently Bigfoot is nocturnal, weighs about 400 pounds, and has black fur and glowing green eyes. One theory about why we don't have evidence that Bigfoot exists is because they actually bury their dead, and that's why we haven't come across any Bigfoot carcasses in the wild. Bigfoot might actually be a surviving member of the presumed extinct race of ancient apes. So all this time we thought that this race went extinct, but in reality they could be living in the US just waiting to be discovered. Or not be discovered. I don't think they want people to know about them. The Jersey Devil bites its way into this list at number 9. With a name like that, I really hope that this creature isn't real, and I'm also really glad that I don't live in New Jersey, or else I would probably be its next victim, because I'm not that lucky. The Jersey Devil is described as having wings, the face of a horse, and the tail of a lizard. According to the legend, a woman gave birth to this thing, and ever since, it's threatening the lives of people living in New Jersey and livestock. The Jersey Devil has been spotted by several people, and the legend grew because there are a ton of unexplained animal attacks. There were strange footprints and reports by eyewitnesses. In 1960, there was a $10,000 reward for anyone who could capture the Jersey Devil, and they said that they would build a private zoo to house the creature if it was captured. If you ever find yourself in New Jersey, try to listen for the blood-curdling scream. If you hear it, the Jersey Devil could be close, and it might be too late for you to escape. The green-clawed beast claws its way in at number 8. Well, judging by the name, this is a creature that I definitely don't want to run into. The green-clawed beast? What a beast of a name. He is known to haunt the areas of the Ohio River, and trust me, nothing about this creature will make you feel comfortable. He uses his hairy arms and giant clawed hands to grab innocent women. In 1955, a claw-like hand grabbed a woman and pulled her under the water. She was gasping for air and screaming for help. When her friend swam over to help her, the attack suddenly stopped. Afterwards, the woman was visited by a man who claimed to be from the Air Force and told her to never speak of the incident ever again. I mean, wow, that sounds super sketchy to me, and I bet this creature is living in Area 51, and we might find it when we storm Area 51. It's fast approaching September 20th? September 25th, I think. For those of you guys who are storming it, let me know if you see him, and tell him I said, hey, I'm a friendly Canadian. Number 7, we have the Flathead Lake Monster. What is with all these scary creatures coming from the water? I'm gonna develop an irrational fear of water. I mean, already I shower once a month, but now I'm probably not gonna shower again because of this list. I'm probably not gonna want to touch water ever again. But let's go back to the Flathead Lake Monster. Apparently this eel-like creature could be lurking at the bottom of Flathead Lake in Montana. Some say that he is about 20 to 50 feet long, his body is brownish blue, and has grayish black eyes. The first documented sighting of this monster was back in 1989. A passenger on a steamboat spotted a whale-like creature heading straight for the boat. They tried shooting it with a rifle, but he got away. Since then, there have been so many other sightings, and it makes you wonder, does the flathead-like monster actually exist?
Out of the water.
It was like a serpent, didn't see a head, just the body.
What we saw was probably as long as our boat, which was 24 feet. And that's kind of freaky, that you have something out there that might be twice as big as your boat, swimming below you.
Well, I definitely won't be swimming in that lake trying to prove whether or not this thing exists anytime soon. I'm happy staying dry and safe on land, where I belong. The skunk ape brings us to number 6. Hopefully this creature doesn't exist because it's a large hairy ape/man that gives off a horrendous smell and roams around the state of Florida. Okay, think about the worst thing that you've ever smelt in your life and times that by 100. There have been so many sightings around Florida over the years, and apparently this beast likes to show up in the day or night in different environments. So if you're from Florida, you aren't really safe because this smelly creature likes to go everywhere. There's a website completely devoted to documenting sightings of the skunk ape, and it says it has received several reports of sightings every single week. There are even a ton of pictures of it. They also have hair samples and foot casts of the skunk ape, and to me, that is absolutely terrifying. And now number 5, Kushtaka. This shape-shifting creature is rumored to be lurking in southern Alaska. It's basically a cross between an otter and a man. This is an otter man, and I don't know about you guys, but I find that strangely terrifying. The Kushtaka is rumored to make noises that mimic children and wives, and they do this so they can lure unsuspecting fishermen and so they can kill them. They apparently like to lure you into the river where they'll either kill you or they will tear you to shreds or turn you into another Kushtaka. But don't worry, if these creatures actually exist, you can ward them off with copper, urine, or fire. I'm not sure who can pee in a moment of actually, I can pee easily in a moment of fear. So I guess just make sure if you're visiting Alaska, you have all 3 of those things with you at all times. Maybe just carry pee in your pocket in a bottle or so, I don't know. Otherwise, you might be another one of their dinners. It is also said that they like to target children because they're easy. They're easier prey. So you might want to keep a close eye on your children. The Goatman comes barging in at number 4. Some say that the Goatman is just another creepy urban legend that someone made up. But actually, the Goatman stirred up so much attention that the USDA had to formally deny the creature of the Goatman in their Beltsville Research Agriculture Center. But for some reason, I'm not buying it. This half-man, half-goat creature has been sighted by numerous people on so many different occasions. Apparently, he likes to chase down teenagers in Lover's Lane area and distract drivers on Crybaby Bridge in Prince George's County. Who's naming these places? But let's get into the nitty-gritty of things. The Goatman is half goat, half human, and he enjoys carrying around an axe. And he was created when a scientist was experimenting on a goat, and one of his experiments backfired. The scientist was mutated and became the Goatman, and since then, he began attacking cars with an axe, roaming back roads, and terrorizing people. Number 3, the infamous Mothman. Let me tell you guys a story about the Mothman. Well, on the night of November 15th, 1966, 4 people were driving home, and they noticed 2 red lights in the shadows near an old TNT factory farm. They did the most illogical thing and decided to investigate the strange red lights. Well, they claimed that they saw a 6'7" creature that resembled a man with large wings. Sounds legit to me, right? Oh, and the red light were actually his eyes. They ran for their car, but the beast flew over them. Ever since then, thousands of people have claimed to have also seen him. Maybe they're describing the movie Jeepers Creepers, but be careful because if you get too close to this Mothman, it can cause you some confusion, extreme fear, and psychological distress, and it will last for months and months, and it can lead to death or insanity, like a lifetime of insanity. And to this day, people have claimed to have seen the Mothman before disasters like 9/11 and the collapse of the 35 West Bridge in Minneapolis. Slenderman takes us to number 2. I think we are way too familiar with Slenderman. he has been at the center of attention for a long time now. But for those of you guys who don't know, Slenderman is a paranormal creature who lurks in forests and absorbs or kills his victims. He likes to target young children, and he looks like an extremely tall, thin man dressed in a black suit, but he doesn't have a face. Is this real life right now? He has a bunch of terrifying powers, such as invisibility. He can change his height and shape. I wish I can change my height. I would want to be like a few inches taller. Also, his arms can turn into tentacles. I think that'd be cool if I could do that as well. And he has the ability to sprout tentacles from his back and shoulders, so he can use them as additional arms and legs, because why not? 2 and 2 are it's just not enough. I really hope Slenderman doesn't exist, because the world would be way too terrifying to live in it. And finally, in at number 1, we have the Wendigo. This is probably one of the oldest stories about a legendary monster. Native Americans used to believe that this creature actually existed, so they actually tried to hunt them down. The Wendigo is a 15-foot shape-shifting monster who roams in northern Minnesota. Apparently anyone who resorts to cannibalism and tastes human flesh will become one. So like I said before, the Wendigo has a craving for human meat, but the scariest part is that the Wendigo is never satisfied. They can eat, and eat. I have the opposite problem of this. I can't seem to eat at all. I have I have an appetite. I just don't like food. Am I the only one here? Getting back to this one, don't think for a minute that the Wendigo is just located in one area. Apparently it could be found all over the United States, so I would watch your back if I were you. And it's a good reason why I live up here in Canada, because I don't want to come across the Wendigo. But what if the Wendigo crosses the border? What if he gets a passport? Well, there you guys have it. You made it to the end of this video. I was your host, Landon Do Not Sing, and I will see you guys all in the next Most Amazing Top 10 video.